Hello, everyone. How's it going? Let me see if you guys can hear me. You should be able to hear me and see me. How's it going? I'm Josias. Right, we have an interesting session today about dynamic templates for personalized videos. Before I continue, let's confirm that you guys can hear me. Let me see. I believe that you can hear me, which is great. Perfect. All right, so today we have a session about dynamic templates for video automation and video personalization at scale. Now, why is that this is important? We're going to go over those things in just a moment. Let me remove this. There we go. Just give me a moment. There we go. Perfect. All right, so video is undeniably the most profitable digital content due to its powerful impact. However, scaling video creation efficiently brings many challenges. And this doesn't matter, it's not a matter of or only about experience in your team or the size of your team. It doesn't really matter. So video creation brings many challenges. And yes, experience helps. And yes, the size of your team, maybe that helps as well, depending on the volumes and all those things. However, when we talk about creating, like, each video creation involves multiple stages. There is a process that can consume significant time, followed by rendering. So not only the production time, pre-production, post-production, and so on, but also like rendering each and every video file. And all that can make it a bit complicated. So if you have to render, I'm just giving you context right now before we jump into it. But if we talk about rendering, for example, one individual video file, let's say a minute long, 5 minutes long, it could take from a few seconds to many minutes, depending on the quality of the file. You also need to have basically a good hardware to process faster. And if we're talking about maybe videos that are long, 30 minutes long, an hour long, even 10 minutes long, that's long for some people, 5 minutes long, like rendering that video file could take many minutes, and in many occasions even more than the duration of the video, right? So in the end, what we see is that marketing, customer experience, brand, and communication teams often find themselves needing to produce unique videos tailored to individual customers, tailored to individual, maybe employees, tailored to users, tailored to partners, to investors, and more. However, today, your audience, our audiences, every single audience out there needs video content that is also consistent. So they need to consistently consume video content. And from a brand perspective, you need each and every video to represent your brand wisely. So that is easy to get, easy to remember, and so on. So consistency is key. Today's brands cannot afford to get lost, let's say, in terms of their identity within the vast amount of content that there is out there every single day. And the reality is that if you think about it, from a marketing, sales, brand perspective, customer experience perspective, communications perspective, the stakes are high. And speed is crucial. So the moment you have published whatever online, you have your competitors, many of them that are also publishing content. And let's be honest, sometimes it is even better. Now, the reality is that if producing one, like a single video, can be time consuming, also resource consuming, money consuming, people consuming, expertise consuming, and so on. Imagine the complexity of rendering, let's say, 1,084 or 100,000 videos. Let's not even talk about maybe a million videos at scale. Personalized videos, there are two types of videos. I'll talk a bit more about it later, and I'll also share some examples with you. But personalized videos and automated videos, which from yeah, they're practically the same. What changes is the audience and the purpose of those videos, let's say. So in the end, if creating one video is complex, imagine creating thousands of them, or even hundreds of them, tens of them, millions of them, in a way that is scalable, in a way that doesn't consume much of your resources, time, money, expertise, and so on. In our experience, this doesn't have to be like this, and you'll see why and how this changes in just a moment. And the reality is that in today's workshop, you'll discover why creating videos, like automated videos, is something you should be doing, and how you can get there leveraging technology, leveraging scalability, leveraging the tools that are available, and leveraging the power of basically cloud rendering, where you don't have you don't need to have the hardware there in your office. You can leverage the power of computers in different locations that are doing the job for you while you are doing other marketing activities. All right. So when I say personalized videos, just so that we are kind of on the same page before we jump into the content we're going to cover today, I mean videos rendered for individuals. So as I mentioned a moment ago, there are videos that are there are two types of videos, super in general. Videos for individuals. If you create a video for John, if you create a video for Mike, if you create a video for Jennifer, that's going to be a personalized video. And in our world, when we talk about automated videos, we talk about usually about videos that are automated, but they are scaled. You scale the process, and it's more like from a one-to-many perspective. And you also see a few examples on how templates work in those scenarios as well. So again, personalized videos, so that we are on the same page while we talk today about all this. It's in our world, personal with an I. It is it's one-to-one communications at scale. And when we talk about automated videos, we are talking about videos that you create, but it's more like from a one-to-many perspective. All right. Okay. So today, let me share my screen. We're going to cover the following points. So today's webinar will help you discover the secrets, let's say, behind Pirsonal's dynamic template system. So this is how you scale video creation with the same resources you have right now, that being loads or not much. And you'll see how our system is designed for teams who want practical, let's say, nonsense solutions from any browser, and also how you can create on-brand video content in a scalable way, so that your brand is always well represented, let's say. Okay, so that you keep the brand integrity, let's say, no matter the type of video content you create. And it doesn't really matter either if you're talking about generating or creating one video, or thousands of them, or hundreds of thousands of them, or millions of them. So whether you are a creative lead, let's say, or a marketing strategist, or maybe you are a technical evaluator, that's fine too. Right? So this workshop, it is your blueprint for scalable video creation from dynamic templates. So I'll focus on the practical aspects of our platform, the personal platform, personalized and automated video platform. And I'll do this by showcasing out showcasing our two tools for creating dynamic video templates. Okay, so we'll cover Pirsonal Editor and Pirsonal Script. Each tool, they are both part of our video platform. Each tool targets different purposes and different audiences. And through this workshop today, you'll see at a practical level how these tools work and who are the right type of users for the tools. However, I do want you to take something into account, and I want you to do this also through a customer testimonial, a client testimonial. And it's the following. In the end, there are many teams that do not have the expertise, the bandwidth, the resources in general to kind of leverage video automation. Maybe they have in-house or outsourced creative minds that are able to design the assets, and that's great. But maybe they don't want to deal with all the different aspects related to video creation at scale, and that's fine as well. And the reason for that is because my team works with you so that if you need to provide the assets, we create a template, dynamic templates for our platform on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about that. And that's included with all of our plans. Now, if you need like all the help you can get, also from a creative and production perspective, that's fine too, because my team takes care of all those little details on your behalf, so you don't have to worry about that. You just focus on engaging with your audience. By the way, before I continue, I'm Josias. I'm the CEO of Pirsonal. Since 2017, we simplify video personalization and video automation through our software, through our platform. And we do this not only through technology, but also with our expert assistants. And one of the main reasons why, or there are a few reasons, but one of the main reasons why the majority of our clients choose us, because there are other options, obviously, other in the market, is because, yes, we provide a platform that is flexible, that is scalable, that is secure. We are an ISO 27001 organization, certified organization, but also we provide the right assistance that adapts to the different needs you may need when performing or executing a personalized or automated video process program. So we walk with you in the complete process. So it's not just about the software. We walk with you so that you succeed. And this is, for example, as noted by Coleman here on Capterra, our service is just as strong as our product. And this is because we guide you through every step of the process based on your team's needs, right? Your team's needs. So if you want to explore how Pirsonal can help you scale video personalization and video automation to basically boost audience engagement using the type of content we all pay attention to, but again, in a scalable way, then simply contact us. So you can go to personal with an I, pirsonal.com/contact, and simply let us know that you need some information, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Also, if you want a one-to-one session, we have them all the time. A one-to-one demo, a one-to-one conversation based on your needs. So we take the time to explore your needs. That's perfectly fine. Simply let us know, and we are here to walk with you, again, based on your needs. So this is exactly how we have helped brands like Bosch, Siemens, Zumba, Peugeot, BMW, Mini, and more throughout, like, in the last 7 years, helping them leverage the power of video automation, leverage the power of video personalization, dynamic video content in a scalable way, that their needs, to their workload, to their audience, so that they boost engagement with their audiences. All right. Are you ready to see how all this works? Perfect. So let's jump into it. So there are a few things you need to take into account. To understand why dynamic templates are crucial for scalable video creation, we need to consider what it would take to manually create, let's say, 1,084 personalized videos. Let's see this through a few numbers, shall we? All right. So, by the way, with Personal, you control the volume, the video volume. So the amount of video content you need to create. And so you'll see in a moment that can be bulk video creation. You have 1,000 contacts, 10,000 contacts. You need to create videos for each one of them. Or this could be also trigger based. Maybe you have a user generated content campaign where users maybe submit a web form. You'll see an example in a few minutes as well. And whenever the web form is submitted, then the video is automatically created using the data they provided through the web form. So that's a trigger based scenario. And maybe you need to create just 1,000 videos in a year, or maybe you need to create 100,000 videos in a day. The volume is up to you. We adapt to your goals, to your needs, all right? So that you engage with your audience. So let's see this again through a few numbers. The image you have here is basically the moment when, let's say, Mark and Jen from marketing operations realized that it takes a bit more than what they expected, or it would take more than what they initially expected to elevate their engagement program with manually rendered videos, manually rendered personalized videos. So let's say that they need to create 1,084 videos. This would take them 4 hours at least for template setup. And also we need to add the time designing all the assets, right? With After Effects, Premiere, Canva, any tool they use. It would take about 45 minutes on average per video to render those videos on an average computer. It would take about 810 hours of total video production. If you do the math more or less, we more or less multiply about 45 times. If you do 45 times 1,084, more or less, it would be about 810 hours, which equals about 20 weeks of work. So here we have Mark basically having a really hard time from a marketing operations perspective, understanding or realizing that the project they had in mind is not achievable. It's going to be a crazy task. It's going to be a really expensive task. It doesn't make sense. So that's the old way. That's the way you want to avoid. Because yes, video is the type of content that delivers the highest ROI when the strategy is the right one, digital content. But we do need to be practical. So if the moment you do the math, like creating this is going to be like maybe $50,000 or so just in manpower, let's say, to create about 1,084 videos, taking into account about 20 weeks of work and so on. All right. Obviously, depends on the type of organization, type of video, and so on. That can go up or can easily go down as well. But it doesn't make financial sense, or also from a time perspective. So that's the old way. That's the way you want to avoid. Now, let's jump into the new way, the better way, because thankfully there is a better way. So, and that's when you choose to automate video creation through dynamic templates, to automate, to scale video creation through dynamic templates, and obviously the platform connected to those templates. In our case, we have all of that in one platform. With Personal's dynamic templates, scalability is not an issue. It's a non-issue, let's say. Whether you are dealing with 1,000 or 100,000 or even millions of videos, it doesn't really matter if the content, like it's just a matter of templates and our platform dealing with the rest. So you create a template, you'll see how in a moment, and our platform takes care of the rest. Now, it doesn't matter either if we're talking about user-generated content. We'll see an example in a moment. Like, for example, Papa John's, the pizza brand, did with our platform for a user-generated campaign. So they had their users, their audience, submitting a web form through a web application. And whenever that happened, you'll see the video in a few minutes. Then our platform would automatically create a video using the data users had provided through the web form. And then that video would be automatically distributed through social media channels. So that's user-generated content. Or it doesn't really matter if you're talking about personalized videos for customers when they sign a contract, like BMW Financial Services has done with our platform for the last 7 years or so. Okay, similar to brands like Mini and so on. So even if you are ambitious enough to produce maybe tens of thousands of videos to elevate your brand across 7 languages, like fitness brand Zumba did in 7 languages, long form videos. So these are videos that are maybe about 20 something minutes long each in high resolution, where every instructor had their own personalized video so that they can at the same time share those videos with their audiences, and they all could boost engagement and bring more signs, more registrations, let's say, for the program, and all this in a scalable way, again using the personal platform. So in the end, as you'll see just now, it all begins with dynamic templates. Dynamic templates empower your team to save valuable time and resources while effortlessly scaling your video creation process. Does that make sense? Let's see how. And again, if you need a one-to-one conversation about this, we have them all the time. Simply ask, go to personal.com/contact, personal with an I, personal.com/contact, and contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you. Right. So let's see. Let's understand, let's say, how video personalization works. There are certain concepts we need to have in the back of our minds, let's say, so that then dynamic templates make sense. And then so that we can jump into our platform, you can see how everything works. There are a few concepts. So in the end, personalized videos, and let me play an example or a few examples here in the screen. So for instance, like this one here. So this video here is a dynamic video, video automation, let's say, or video customization, because it's the user, the one that requests the video. So that, from a strategic perspective, that sits on the video customization field. And in this case, let me play it again. The video has one dynamic field, which is JSON burn. I don't know how to pronounce that. We did that as a joke. And basically, all the other assets are predefined assets, and they're dynamically adding the name of the person. But if we talk about automation, we also need to talk about content that is created like from a one-to-many perspective. So let's say that you need to constantly generate videos, and you could kind of put that video with, or that video could sit or could be within a structure. Structured video could be longer, shorter, doesn't really matter, but your assets need to be always the same. Your logo, your brand assets in this case. And you need every video to look great, to represent your brand. Let's see an example. This video here, the video shows, it's not playing. Right. What about that video? So in the end, in that video, you had different static and dynamic fields. And this is really important. So dynamic templates enable the creation of personalized and automated video content. And one template can generate as many videos as you need using structured data from any data source. That could be spreadsheet, that could be a web form, that could be a CRM, an API, it doesn't really matter. Whatever digital data source you have. Templates, these videos then are created from templates. And templates consist of layers like text, image, video content, and audio content, or even, any type of content, visual or audio content, audio-visual content. And each of these different pieces of content or different layers, similar to what you would see, for instance, in software like After Effects or Premiere or Photoshop, for instance. You have layers, right? So each layer can be dynamic or static. All right. So each of these layers can also have what we call dynamic properties. A property would be maybe the size of the content, maybe it would be the volume, low, high, and so on. Maybe colors, maybe the font family you're using. All those are properties, and those properties can be dynamic or static. Now, even events like fade in, fade out, zoom in, zoom out, all those are effects, right? So with Pirsonal, all these elements can be dynamic or they can be static. That is up to you. And this is something you can even update dynamically as well using our API. By dynamic, again, what I mean is that this content can or will change on a video basis. The video, the soccer video we just saw, that video is automatically created during the soccer game and after the soccer game using the live data feed from that organization, official content, so that they don't have to have, they don't need editors creating those videos while the soccer game is taking place. They have that content automatically created as the platform receives data, and therefore this helps them go really fast to the market, have content available before anyone else, and also it helps them decrease their cost, increase their ROI, and also have content available for their publishers. And all this in an automated way. Even the distribution is automated. And a lot of this has to do with our platform, our developer platform, and our dynamic templates in this case. Now, and this is because they're using dynamic and static content. Static content could be maybe an intro or an outro. It could be maybe some kind of transition. Dynamic content could be, in that particular case, the name of the soccer players, the different video clips, and you'll see how that works in a moment through our platform. Also, maybe the images, the different pictures, picture for every player. All that is dynamic content. All right. And again, they have static content. And all they need for this to happen, to be automatically created like the one you saw a moment ago, is a dynamic video template, which is created in our platform. All right. So that's how you scale video creation. So you don't have to, once the assets, the original assets have been designed, similar to when you would create maybe the structure for an email template or the structure for a blog post in WordPress or any other CMS, content management system, where you have like a template. In this case, it is exactly the same exact thing, just that it happens to be with video content. And in our case, you'll see how in a moment we have, again, dynamic and static content. Now, the beauty of this is the following. Now you know that personalized and automated videos are created from templates. And you know that templates define the look and feel of these videos, and that all this eliminates the need for manual creation. But what about the design of these assets? Who creates these assets in the first place? With what tool? Well, the design of the different elements that are part, like maybe a background video, transition, etc., all these can be done with any tool of your choice, by your team or by our team. That's 100% up to you. So you can use tools like After Effects. You can use tools like Premiere. You can use tools like Canva. You can even use PowerPoint. It doesn't really matter. You can use any tool or none at all, even. Pirsonal supports any tool you choose, and our team can assist you with all creative aspects if needed as well. So what this means is that you could design the assets, or your team or whoever could design the different assets, the background video, if you're talking maybe about a personalized video, the different transitions, if you're talking about a video like the one we just saw, with any tool you wish. And then those different assets, the layers or the MP4, the .mov files, the images, etc., as you'll see in just a moment, are then imported in our platform. And then you would define, or someone on your end or on our end, because again, this is a service we provide and it's included with all of our plans, someone will define which layers or our elements in that video or objects in that template are going to be dynamic, or is going to be dynamic or static. And you can do that with a click, as you'll see in a moment. Let's see how through the platform. So let me share my screen. So this is the Pirsonal platform. Pirsonal platform, again, Pirsonal with an I, Pirsonal is a personalized and automated video software that helps you forcefully create video content at scale so that you can boost audience engagement. And again, this could be one-to-one communications, which is something many of our clients do, or it could be one-to-one, yeah, or one-to-many, which is something some of our clients also do. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Today, I am focused on the template part and the video files. All right. So Pirsonal also automatically generates a landing page for every video, which is also personalized or data-driven landing page, and also interactions within each and every video that can also be personalized at scale. The platform also provides things like analytics, reporting, etc., even a light CRM, and loads of integrations. But I'm not focusing on that right now. Today, I am focused on template creation. All right, so as mentioned, we have two tools to create templates. Tool number one is usually a better fit for creative minds or people that are not super advanced in terms of video creation. If you know how to use PowerPoint, this is a tool for you. If you are really advanced, like a professional video editor, that's perfectly fine. This tool can help you as well. All right. This is Pirsonal Editor. And Pirsonal Editor is basically a drag and drop tool, video tool that allows you to create or helps you create dynamic templates or templates for dynamic videos, let's say, in an easy way. This tool here, right now, as we speak right now, it's still in beta and it's going to be out of beta in the following months, God willing. And it is our approach to allow anyone without the need of professional designers, let's say, or professional video animators, etc., allow anyone create a template for dynamic video content, personalized video content, custom video creation at scale, customized video creation, and also for automated video. Again, in the end, all of this is videos that are automatically created using the structured data, regardless of where the data comes from. What changes is the use case. So through this tool, you can create simple templates using layers, as many layers as you need. Layer could be, the different, this is one layer, this is another layer, right? Using different properties, events, effects, etc., and dynamic content. Let's see how live. So every template, allows you to add, let's say, to the timeline different types of content or objects. And this could be, at least with the Pirsonal platform. Other platforms have more limitations. The Pirsonal platform allows you to use video content, image content, audio content, and text content. All of these also being dynamic content, meaning that the content can be static or dynamic. If it is dynamic, it means that it's coming or it's going to come from your data source, a CRM, or maybe a web form, maybe a spreadsheet. If you want to create these videos in bulk, it doesn't really matter. If it's digital, you can connect with the Pirsonal platform. We have many integrations for that to happen. Okay, so you basically through this tool, you add different layers to the timeline, and you define if these layers are going to be video, image, audio, or text content. Let's do the following. I am going to add a background video from a background image. Let's say I'm going to add a layer that is going to be, I'm going to call this video, I'm going to call this user generated content. And for this example, I'm going to, let's say I want to create, let's say I'm part of an agency and or a brand creating an application, web app, a web form, it could be even Google Forms, where your audience, the audience submits a web form and then a video is automatically created. And as part of the submission, they're adding, maybe they're uploading a video of themselves, maybe it's a sport brand, or maybe they're adding an image, or maybe they're taking a picture from their mobile device. And in the end, the content they provide is going to sit inside, or it's going to be part of a template within. It's going to be part of a template, so that then a video is created with the look and feel or the brand consistency your brand needs, or the brand in this example needs. So for this, let's say that I want to add a dynamic video. It's going to be dynamic, right? So if it is dynamic, it means that when using this field here, that's going to be the merge tag or the personalization token to kind of connect this to the marketing world. Whenever using this field, the user, the application, whatever web form, whatever you use, is going to talk to this particular field here, user-generated content. It's going to provide the file our platform needs, so that then the video file or the user-generated content is added into the video, into the template that will have other brand assets. Does that make sense? All right. So for that, I'm going to add the following file here, or the following, not file, the following layer. And this layer can have maybe a particular duration, or that duration could be dynamic. What do I mean with this? So if we're talking about user-generated content, maybe every video is going to have, like, every clip recorded by the user is going to have a different duration. So it's not that every clip is going to last 3 seconds or milliseconds. Maybe you don't really know it. Okay. So with the personal platform, you could make this field here dynamic, which means that the platform will automatically detect the duration of the video provided by the user in real time when generating the video, and then it will automatically adapt the length of the template for that particular layer, let's say, or based on that particular layer. And you can do that with as many layers as you want, or all of them. Maybe you don't know the duration of the length of the audio, or maybe you want the audio to automatically, like the soundtrack, the music track, to automatically adapt to a variable or dynamic duration of video, like the output, because it depends on how many clips are users incorporating dynamically, automatically. They don't know about this software. The software is doing everything on their behalf behind the scenes, let's say. Or maybe you want each and every object or layer to have a specific property, strict property. With Personal, that's up to you. The Personal platform will adapt to every single scenario. So in this case, let's say that I want this layer to be 2 seconds long. And what about the content? So I'm telling the platform that this is going to be dynamic. And by dynamic, again, what it means is that somehow, depending on how you connect with our platform, that's going to be another session. We have other videos about that. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@personal, personal with an I. And there you'll find many videos like this one here. But subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, by the way. So basically, every if it's dynamic, the content is provided by the user. If it's static, you need to provide the content, because you're telling the platform that you're going to use the same file for video, audio, even for text if it's text strings and so on every video. But if it's dynamic, you're adding this dynamically. So I'm going to add this one dynamically, and just so that I know how this one will look like, I'm going to test it here live. Because one of the beauties, or one of the great things about Personal Editor, is that it gives you a real-time preview of the video content. For that, I am going to use, of the template you are creating. For that, I'm going to use sample content I have here. I'm just going to grab the URL of the video. Oh, let me open that. I'm going to grab this URL. And just so that I can see now how this template or how this layer will look in like with when creating the template. All right, so we have this layer here. Okay, so maybe I want to incorporate this particular video on top of another layer. That could be, right? So maybe I have another layer here. Let me just drag and drop this one here. And this is going to be an image. I want this one here to run on top of, or not, this one here to run. Oh no, yeah, I want it like this because I am going to make this other layer smaller just for the purpose of this demonstration. And I'm going to tell the platform that this is the size, not for this one. I made a mistake. I want the background to use the whole space. This is percentages, by the way. We use percentages because that way you could have a template with different resolutions and you don't have to recreate the whole thing. You simply change the resolutions, and since we're using percentages, the templates will adapt to different scenarios. What I want to change, by the way, is this one here. I want this one to have this particular size, and this won't make any sense creatively speaking. If you are a designer, don't judge me. I'm not a designer anymore. And this is the size. And if you're wondering but what happens if, do I need to tell the platform the specific size? What happens if the size of the content dynamically added by the user or dynamically added by you, it doesn't really matter, has different aspect ratio? It doesn't matter because you have a property here to automatically control the aspect ratio for every single file that is added in the template for this. Okay. By the way, once this template is created, you have to do this. You don't have to do this over and over. You save the template and then you connect it to your data source. There are many ways for that. We won't have time to cover that today. And like that, you would automatically generate 1 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 videos from a spreadsheet, from maybe a connection with Salesforce, HubSpot. We do have a native HubSpot application, for instance, Google Sheets, or an API. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Right now, for that to happen, you first need to have a template in place. So here I'm using the preserve aspect ratio, which allows me, or basically gives me peace of mind, because it doesn't matter the size of the video, the resolution, etc., the aspect ratio, it will automatically adapt. You do need to specify what's the maximum width in this case or the maximum height in this case. Okay. And similarly with the position. So let's say I want this video to be displayed just for the purpose of this demonstration here. Okay. And let's say that I want this image to last as long as this, and so on. I could also, talking about dynamic content. So what happens if we don't know the duration of this layer here? And all these videos going to have, maybe it's just these 2 layers as an example. And we don't know the duration of this one. What would happen with the background image? Well, you could use a formula for that. And Pirsonal provides formulas before I jump into Pirsonal Script in a few minutes. And with that, you would simply tell the platform, hey, I want this. I'm going to copy the name of this layer. Okay, I want this layer to have the same duration as this other layer. That's it. All done. What this means is that it doesn't matter if when this is live, the user provides a 30 minutes, just to exaggerate thing, 30 minutes long video or a 10 seconds long video, this layer here will automatically adapt to this. It's that easy. Similarly, if maybe you have a soundtrack and you want the same behavior, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you have a text that is going to be dynamic. I'm going to name this first name 01, and this one here is going to be dynamic. And in this case, I could also say, hey, I want the content of this layer to be dynamic. Okay, but let's make it a bit more complicated. So let's say I'm gonna go for just a fixed structure here, 3 seconds long, maybe 10 seconds long, thinking about social media platforms. Okay. And again, I'm just going over the structure. I'm not designing properly like right now. And this layer here, let's say we have, this is going to last maybe 3 seconds, but I want, you could also say, you know, we're going to have another video here. I'm going to call this video 2. That is going to be, I'm going to make it static. I don't have it here. I should have uploaded it earlier. I didn't, so I'm going to just use content from a URL because I have it here. So maybe I have this other video here, okay, and this one here, and I want this clip to be displayed around here, for example, and maybe this is going to be, I'm going to tell the platform that I want this to be displayed. Actually, not that one. This one from second, maybe from second 2, just to make my life easier right now. This is going to last maybe 3 seconds on the screen. And this is going to have a fade in for the image. 1 second of fade in. So let's see. It's going to be something like that. All right. And also fade out of another second. And let's say that I want to play this layer here whenever this other layer is displayed. But to make things a bit more interesting, let's say that I want this layer here to be displayed whenever, not that one, let's say 3 seconds, whenever video 2 starts or ends. Okay, that's it. This means that maybe this one here has a dynamic duration, which means that the platform will automatically detect the length of the file that is used in the template, the video template. But how do we do so that this layer is automatically played whenever this other layer here, video 2, finishes? The way you do that is by telling the platform, hey, I want to play user-generated content, that file or that layer, whenever video 2 finishes, which is what you have in here, video2.end. Our platform supports even formulas. So you could say whenever video 2 ends plus 2 seconds. Oh, sorry. Whenever video 02 ends, end plus 2 seconds, for example. So it supports formulas. You could do plus 2 seconds minus 2, or divided by 4, multiplied by 3, etc. And this is a more common scenario when you have videos like the soccer video we saw earlier, where there are different scenes and maybe a soccer match is shorter, maybe it's longer, and you want the platform to automatically adapt to different scenarios. All this is possible with Pirsonal. And you also have the option to, just like I did here when preparing this, upload content from your computer, or you can, the content, static content, could come from your computer. It could come, like I'm doing right now, from a URL, or maybe you use Amazon S3. You simply need to provide the bucket name and the file, the key name, I believe they call it in Amazon, the file name basically. And in the end, Pirsonal connects with, or allows you, or helps you connect or bring content to the platform in different ways. As for the dynamic content, it could come from whatever you want. All our platform will need in the end is the URL if you're talking about video, audio, or image content, or the text string if it's a text that is dynamic. Now I'm going to go over a more simple case. This was more related to video automation. maybe like video personalization. So let's say I have this video here that is going to be this is like happy anniversary, John, from their from a company. It's a corporate video. So in this case, maybe I want to add a text that is going to be dynamic with an image, perhaps a text with the name of the from. First, let's start actually with a logo. I want to add an image that is going to be dynamic. I'm going to call this logo, or it could be static as well. I'm just going to make it dynamic, and I'm going to display this image. Just let me find just any logo. Just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to go to Pixabay just to get a logo. Just give me a moment so that I can add it to the video quickly for this demo. So logo, Pixabay, if you don't know about it, is just a site with royalty-free content. And in this case, I need a logo just for this demonstration. Let's say this one here. No. This one here. So I'm going to add an image that is going to be dynamically added when saving the template. Okay, this one here, and let me, I hope you love the logo. I'm going to modify the size. Maybe it's too big, 10, let's say 1010. The position so that the content is added there. And maybe around there. And from, maybe the from is from logo. Okay. A beautiful logo would make more sense right now. Okay, and then this is going to fade out with an effect. 1 second. There are other properties we don't have time to cover today, like zoom in, zoom out, move to, etc. You could also apply filters here automatically. And so we have from to, so let's say this is the intro. Let's say this is fine. And then I want to add the name of the person from company name to, or company logo to, let's add a layer with the text. So again, with dynamic templates, you create the template once, or we do it for you, it's included, and you don't have to pay extra for it. And then basically with one template, you automatically create all the other videos. And if you're using the whole platform, the platform will also automatically create a landing page for every contact with their video, personalized video, and an interaction in every video as well. So I'm going to call this first name 01. And this is going to be dynamic as well. And this is going to be the name of the person. So if I come here, let's say it starts around here. Another day we can have a more creative session and showing this with a finished template. Let's say this is going to be red, and I'm going to add, just for my visual reference while creating the template, my name, Josias. This is like if it was a letter. So I am going to modify the position 50, maybe less, 30, a bit more, and here 50, about 50, a bit more. Okay, so I'm not designing right now. You will need to change the colors for the right one, the logo for the right ones, etc. You have the option to change fonts here, and if your font is not in the system, depending on the plan you you can request that font and it's added into the system for your account, so you can use corporate fonts as well. So this way, whenever these two fields are used, first name and logo, whenever the data is mapped using our integrations, our campaign tool, our API, etc., that's going to be talking to this template behind the scenes, adding the content into the different layers. And then based on that, the video will be automatically created. Now, I did mention that also we have two tools, right? So first tool, Pirsonal Editor to create templates. Second tool is Pirsonal Script. Pirsonal Script is a mature tool. It's been in the market for many years now that allows especially developers to create their own templates or program their templates for personalized, automated, customized, dynamic video in a scalable way. And the beauty of this is that you can actually use both Pirsonal Script and Pirsonal Editor through this tool as well, or you could use our other tool for Pirsonal Script, which is a tool that's been in the market for many years, a mature tool. It's not in beta or anything like that. It's a mature tool, and it gives loads of flexibility to program your templates. And by programming, I mean anything that you could imagine with our scripting language. And in the end, when you use Pirsonal Script, regardless of the user interface you use, we have this one and we have another user interface. Now, to keep it simple, I'm going to stay here. Pirsonal Script is based on our scripting language, which you'll find also in our website. And basically, it is what our engine reads behind the scenes to give us specifications about the look and feel of every video. All right. So in the end, you have different objects, different objects, and all of this is based, or Pirsonal Script is based on JSON. These objects have different properties and events. And what you do with Pirsonal Script is that you basically program, following our documentation and using JSON, a template. Okay, so in this case, for example, you could have a template like this one here, and as mentioned, you could use formulas like I want to play this video or this logo whenever this one here. Let me just grab the name. I want to play this logo here whenever this one here ends, okay, minus maybe 3 seconds. Because maybe this file here is dynamic, the duration maybe is dynamic. Okay, even if the file is static, even if it is the same, maybe you have it is from a template perspective, it is made dynamic, so that because maybe you have 100 background videos and you want to dynamically use. Okay, so and when you use this here, you're telling the platform that you want to play this one, logo 01, which is this one here, 3 seconds before the end of this one here, of employee birthday template dynamic MP4. So Pirsonal Script gives you loads of flexibility to create these templates. And also, if you're using our API, you could dynamically add properties, or you could also turn on or turn off these properties. This is a bit more technical, but you could also turn off and turn on properties, or you could use variables within these properties so that you can even make these properties dynamic, meaning that you're giving you're using merge tags or personalization tokens even within those properties, which gives you lots of flexibility. This is more common with among marketing agencies, video production companies creating projects like advertising projects, etc., or among other companies creating video products leveraging our API. This is where you find more people using Pirsonal Script often. You could even have templates that are completely empty, like this, completely empty, just like this, 100% empty, because the content of the script is programmatically or dynamically added from any other third-party application. So if you have, for example, some kind of user interface where users add or remove scenes, or if you have maybe a video where usually for customer facing applications, where maybe you want users to be able to add or remove a logo, add or remove a font, a text object, add or remove, etc. Maybe everything, absolutely everything is dynamic, and with your from your application, you can basically inject the right script. Think about it as if it was CSS, what developers use when they create websites, so that they don't have to modify or define the look and feel, like the logos, like the sizes, colors, etc. on every page. They use something called CSS, which are like preset of styles, basically. So you could do the same. You could have your code, whatever, and inject that code dynamically in the personal platform using, in this case, our API. Or you could have a template like the one we saw a moment ago. Maybe I have, just let me add any random object here so that I don't have to program it right now. And maybe the template, the only thing that template has is this, and you are dynamically adding the other objects, layers, and their properties, and all of them are talking to each other, dynamically adapting so that the end content looks always perfect with your brand. All this is possible within the personal platform. Now, the majority of companies will have in mind personalized videos like this one here. So in the end, in this video, you have different dynamic pieces of dynamic content. Audio at the beginning said hi Mark, I believe. Yeah, hi Mark. Video content based on the persona. A man at the beginning could be a lady if it's maybe a video for a lady, and the text content, which is maybe more obvious. And all of this is automatically created by the personal platform. So this video here in the end is triggered. It's not triggered. Is like the style, the assets, etc. The on-brand aspect of the video is defined by a template saved in the platform, and all of these within the same platform. So we don't have time to cover more aspects today. We'll probably have another session where we cover more about how dynamic templates work, and how you can create more like super complex scenarios so that you don't need to even review every video, because when you create 1,000 videos, you can't review every single video. You need processes that are 100% automated, or how to create simple video personalization campaigns where maybe you have a background video and all you need is to add a dynamic text to that video. Or maybe it is a dynamic text at the beginning, another text later on, maybe an image that changes based on the product. All of that can be automatically created by the personal platform at scale. And from a video perspective, all that starts with a template. There are other aspects we haven't covered today, like using webhooks, how you connect this template to your data source, and so on. But we'll cover that in other sessions. This is what I had for you today, kind of like a summary. If you have any questions about this, we are here to walk with you. We are here to help you. So in the end, remember, video personalization and video automation, in the end, technically speaking, it is the same. What changes is the use case you have. In the end, our platform handles a few hundreds, thousands, or millions of videos automatically created, and their landing pages if needed, and individual real video files you can upload even to social media platforms or to an ad network, or an ad network, or maybe you want to have access to the video files, so because you want to host them in your application, in your Amazon S3 bucket, etc. All that is possible because Personal provides loads of flexibility. And one of the best things about it as well is that my team walks with you to help you succeed. In the end, what you have here on my screen is usually the average process. So you have bulk creation, trigger-based creation, and in the end, it is basically where your data comes from and how soon you want these videos to be created. You have 100,000 contacts in a spreadsheet and you want to generate videos for those, that's fine. But if you want these videos to be created little by little based on your data source, that's perfectly fine. We have integrations and an API. And in the end, that is going to be the trigger and the data source talking to a template, the one we saw a moment ago, for instance. And when the videos are ready, our platform will notify you in real time so that then you can send the videos by email, SMS, WhatsApp, or maybe you want to present them with a widget. Maybe you want to embed our video player within your applications, your website, etc. That's 100% up to you. If you have any questions, we are here to walk with you. Pirsonal adapts to your needs. All right. So if you are looking for a platform that is flexible, that is scalable, with expert assistance all the way, and also that is compliant from an information security perspective, then Pirsonal is your platform. I hope you're doing great. Have a great day. Take care.